Welcome back. In the previous part, we were trying to figure out what the mystery dot was. It will remain a mystery as we head to the Phoenix Wings. So, who we got in here? Head down there first. Ah, the local chef. Oh, it's you, Rean. Your color's not looking half bad. If you were looking any worse, I was gonna have you drink some of the new vegetable juice I've been concocting. I'm perfectly fine without, thank you. How many new recipes have you made since I've been away? My creativity is infinite, Rean. I'm always striving to make the finest dishes in the land. You were brushing up on your own cooking skills at the academy, weren't you? Yeah, my classmates and I were cooking for ourselves at one point. Wait a sec, where'd my recipe book go? Did you lose it? I guess so. Had all kinds of different recipes written down, too. Well, you're out of your way to come and see me. I suppose this is the least I can do. Take this. Recipe book! Is this a new recipe book? It's a spare I had lying around, so go ahead and use it. I know how much it hurts to start from scratch again, so I threw in a recipe to try. There are some ingredients, too. Oh, I have quite a few ingredients, mate. Don't worry about it. Alright, then. Very well. This is what Elise often used to bring me while I was training. Are you sure it's okay for me to just take these? Absolutely. I'm happy to see that you came to understand the joys of cooking while you were at the academy. And besides, taking the time to enjoy cooking should help to lift your spirits somewhat. It's a simple recipe, so why not go and make it with your family? Thank you very much, then. Slow fade out. You can now view the recipe tab. The mountains of Ymir gave us all kinds of wonderful ingredients. Lady Lucia's herbs even have medicinal properties. My dream is to combine all of them to create the ultimate recipe. My research to that end is coming along swimmingly, too. Feel free to drop by and sample what I have to offer sometime. I can't wait. This village is surrounded by nature, which makes it the perfect environment for a chef like me. Back when I worked at the palace, I could only daydream of working in a place like this. As a result of the Civil War, I have barely any customers too, which gives me plenty of time to focus on my research. Well, at least someone's getting something out of the Civil War, I guess. Let's see about the recipe, though. Salty onigiri. Let's make 3 there with Rean.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Okay, let's give this a try.
Will help.
Will help. And that's all he ever said. Master Rean, you're finally awaked. And I'm so very relieved to see it. I was terribly worried about you. All I was thinking then was Skyrim. Thanks for your concern, Mr. Baggins. Although, I'd prefer it if you didn't call me Master Rean all the time. And I prefer if you didn't call me Bilbo, but, you know, perhaps so, but you will always be Master Rean to me. A lot has happened here since the war began. But this inn was graciously granted to us by the Imperial family. We can't allow anything to dampen our spirits. You know as well as anyone the value of these walls. Please do come by whenever you're in need or relaxation. Of course. Ordinarily, I would have recommended you use the springs, but I'm afraid they are currently being cleaned. I hope you'll be able to return once cleaning is finished. The hot springs of Ymir are the perfect remedy for exhaustion. Dot over there. I knew there was another dot somewhere. Hello? Good day and welcome to the Wait. Reanie? What are you doing up already? I was... Reanie. I was gonna come back and look in on you. Get your butt back into bed. You'd think me being up would be something to be happy about. Well, it's nice to know how much you cared in any case. Oh, come on. I mean, after all the training you did with Master Kafai, I figured it'd take more than that to kill you. And then you got to go and train in an academy in the city. Why couldn't I go too? I never even had the chance to leave this village. Are you talking to me or at me? Even younger than me, it's not fair. Could have at least brought me a souvenir or 5 back. It's like I never left home. If Maple's here, where's Cinnamon? I'm planning on building up experience working here, and then getting a job at a top-class hotel in the city one day. With years of experience working at the Phoenix Wings under my belt, I'll be able to get a job wherever I want. I'm not quite there yet, but I'll get there. Just need to follow Purple's example. She's a real veteran. What do you think? Brilliant plan, huh? None of her brilliant plans have ever worked in the past, but I suppose I won't dampen her enthusiasm. Purple? Who calls a child purple? Purple. Purple. The hair's blue, not even purple. I'm relieved to see you awake, Master Rean. Welcome to the Phoenix Wings. You're always welcome here, of course, but I'm sure you knew that. Thanks. I'm glad to see that everyone here is the same as always. This has always been a peaceful village after all. Nothing bad would ever happen here. Did you feel that shiver just now? We have no intention of changing that anytime soon. Lord and Lady Schwarzer, and even Lady Elise, have been doing all that they can to keep things that way. So please, you take it easy and focus on recovering. Thank you. I will. Princess Alfin staying here is motivating for us, too. Part of me can't help but worry that she's forcing all that boundless energy of hers, though. She's so kind. Wouldn't surprise me to learn she's trying to hide her concerns for our sake. But it's always a shame she feels it's part of her duty to be that way as a member of the Imperial family. We all want to help her. Oh yes, of course. It's like, she's so kind, she's so, I'd say delicate, but in the way a flower is delicate. A flower is very delicate, but very hardy and very strong in several different ways as well. It's like, yeah. It's the storehouse for Ymir's chapel. There are various kinds of equipment inside. Oh my. In the door. Got there eventually. There's Alfin. I hear you were kind enough to come and see me last night, Father. I just wanted to come and thank you for that. Think nothing of it, Rean. Bernard. I'll always do my best to aid you however I can. You'll always be a pupil of mine, after all. I'm simply relieved to see you're still well. A lot seems to have happened to you in these past 2 months. Yeah, you could say that. He really has helped me in more ways than I can count. Helping me to study for exams, giving me advice when I needed it. Sometimes I feel like I'm relying on him too much. But he's so smart and helpful that I ended up doing it anyway. I can see that you're quite the lost lamb at the moment, Rean. But hurrying to find a way forward is not the best course of action. First, you should reflect on yourself and your surroundings. Yes, Father. He's probably right. I need to take this chance to cool my head and think about this. That humanoid that carried you to the Isengard range is called a Divine Knight, yes? I don't pretend to know much about it, but it seems to me that it links itself with the spirit of its pilot. That seems the most logical way to explain how you were heavily injured without any obvious physical signs as to how. Regardless, now is a time for rest and relaxation. Visible or not, your wounds still need time to fully heal. Indeed. There's Woo Baby. We're good. Woo Baby still exists. It's good to know. It'll never disappear. Never. It's good to see you again, Lisa. Oh, Rean, it's good to see you, too. I was so worried about you after hearing that you vanished over in Trista. You and Luke have always been like little brothers to me. Little brothers who are going to make me go prematurely grey. Sorry. Don't you think I might be a bit too old to be a little brother, though? Age has nothing to do with it. I still have plenty that I want to ask you. But that can wait for another time. Right now, I'm happy to have you back. Please take this chance to rest and recover from all you've been through. She really is the epitome of a perfect older sister. Kind as can be and always looking out for everyone. It's funny how nostalgic it feels to have her caring for me like this. Wasn't that long ago, it was last year. Indeed, promise, Edie. Now that you're finally safely back with us, that's one load off my mind. I'm still concerned about Princess Alfin, though. She comes here to pray every single day. Not that praying that frequently is a bad thing, of course, but it's clear she bears quite a heavy burden at the moment. Can't take that burden away from her, but I intend to do all that I can to support her. Aw, lovely. Doors! What is it with doors in this series? They always get in the way.
She's praying so intently. Thinking about it, she must be even more distressed right now than I am.
Why, hello, Rean! You're looking rather well today. Much better than you were yesterday, at any rate.
I feel loads better, actually. Thanks. How about you? Are you managing all right here? I'm guessing life in a tiny village like this is harder than you're used to. If there's anything I can do to make things easier for you, though, don't hesitate to let me know.
Oh, not at all. I've been simply loving my stay here. The scenery is stunning. The hot springs are oh so soothing. To say nothing of your mother's spectacular cooking. I'm having the time of my life here. I almost envy Elise for growing up in such a wonderful place.
I'm happy to hear you say that. Still.
On top of all that, I was able to reunite with you here. Oh, and meet a mysterious talking cat, too. Not everyone gets to do that now, do they? I still haven't had the pleasure of meeting that Ashen Knight of yours, however.
Valimar,
Perhaps I might have the chance once he wakes up? I suppose I can dream.
Well...
Triple dot. And to a princess as well, Rean.
I realize I'm the last person who has any right to say this, but there's no need to force yourself to bottle everything up and put on a brave face. I know how worried I am about my classmates, so I can only imagine how you must feel.
I'm so sorry. I'm supposed to be royalty. I shouldn't be getting all worked up about something like this, but just thinking of what my family must be going through is just too much to bear. Cedric and we had a fight on the morning it all happened. I was planning to make up with him that evening, but
I'm sure he won't hold that against you. You'll be able to make up with him next time you see him.
I'm not going to count that as a head pat, because it's more a hug.
I'm sure that'll be sooner than you think, too. But in the meantime, there's no need to force yourself to seem like being apart from them isn't bothering you. Royalty or not, no one would blame you for being worried or upset. And every single one of us here wants to do what we can to help you.
Thank you. I'm fine now. I hope I don't sound ungrateful, but I think you should be spending more time with Elise rather than me. This is your first chance in a while to spend some quality time together. I'd hate to take that away from her.
Why? I mean, it's true that she's a little more dependent on me than you'd expect for a girl her age, but that doesn't mean she needs me hovering around her all the time. Then again, she did seem more shaken up than usual. Maybe you're right. I should try and cheer her up while I still can.
That's not exactly what I meant. Oh, this is so difficult on a fair maiden's heart, I hope you know. You're just making me wish you were my brother all the more.
Why?
Dear oh dear. Incidentally, by the way, we'll talk about the head pat counter at this point. If I do miss any head pats, which I have done already, I missed one in the previous game. If I do, please do let me know. I will still add it to the counter. It will still count, is the best way of putting it. So it's like we just want a grand total at the end of all the Cold Steel games or Rean's story, like Hajimari and stuff like that. That's what we're after, so do let me know if I miss any, which is entirely possible because I may get invested in a scene. It's especially going to happen in Cold Steel 4, if he does any head pats there, I imagine. I'm going to get so invested in the scenes that I'm not going to notice the head pat in the way that I should mark it down and do a counter and stuff like that. So it's like, do keep a check on it as well. This is team effort, team effort, guys. I have to say, though, I'm really glad I had the opportunity to visit Ymir. Oliver came here himself some time ago, and ever since then, I wanted to see it for myself. Not to mention the fact that it's given us the chance to really get to know one another without any pretensions. Oh, that's the first I'd heard of Prince Oliver coming here. I guess it makes sense. Knowing that the Phoenix Wings was but as a gift from the Imperial family, yeah, that's the reason he came here. From what I remember, it was just before he left for Liberl 2 years ago. He couldn't stop talking about how much he was looking forward to the hot springs. Back then, he wasn't quite as popular as he is now, so he was apparently able to do it without anyone recognizing him. No wonder I don't remember it. Back then, I wasn't in Ymir. That's a shame, to be honest. Much thanks to my 8 leaves training. Such a shame. Yeah. I can only imagine how close we might be today if you'd been able to make his acquaintance back then. That's not what I was thinking, but alright. Glad to see she's back to her usual self. Because I was just thinking, like, could have had an interaction. Like, had this all been properly pre-planned, etc. Could have had, like, an interaction between Rean and Olivert before everything that happens in Liberl. And it would have been funny doing the Sky Games. And Olivier referencing the fact, like, he knew someone who did the 8-leaf style. It was a trainee, though. It was a trainee over in Ymir. And he was telling Annalise that. That would have been interesting. Obviously, you know, that's not what happened, but, you know. But I was given the opportunity. Yep. It's just that kind of thing would have been interesting. Potentially, if they do 3D remakes, they could they'd have to change that entire story there in this as well. So probably not. Right, so we need to head out to the valley. Hello. Alright, let's see how many little dastardly fishies I can catch today. So it's like, but you were in Trista, so... Wasn't expecting to find someone fishing here. Not like there are a whole lot of monsters here, though. So she should be safe if she doesn't stray too far. And just who might you be? I seem to recall meeting her during one of our field studies. Oh! I recognize you. You're one of the 4 students who helped me a number of months ago, yes? It's lovely to see you again. Nice to see you again, too. Looks like I was right. Sorry for disturbing you. Oh, there's no need to apologize. Actually, since you are a student of Thor's, you wouldn't happen to know a young man named Kenneth, would you? Kenneth? I do, actually. He's in the Imperial Fishing Club. And that's the guy. That's wonderful news. Perhaps you might know where I could find him as well. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I've got no idea. Really? That's not so wonderful. So you know him too? Indeed. When the war first broke out, we fled Trista together. But on the way, told me that he had something that he needed to take care of and asked me to go on alone. He promised to meet me here in Ymir, but there's been no sign of him since. That's unfortunate. Not that I believe anything untoward could possibly have happened to him, of course. After all, there is nothing in this world that can crush the spirit of us anglers. When it comes to survival, even soldiers can't hold a candle to us. Why would they hold a candle next to you? Seems an odd thing to do. Right, yeah, Rean's with me on this. Why would you hold a candle next to you? That said, you're looking a little glum. At times like these, there's nothing like a spot of fishing to cheer you up. If you know Kenneth, it's only fair for me to assume you're a fan of fishing too. I am, in fact. Kenneth even gave me the title Red Angler, I think. I don't have my fishing gear with me anymore, though. Red Angler? That means that you have caught the famed guardian. In that case, please take these. Are you sure? Sure, I'm sure. Kenneth left me in charge of some of his fishing gear. He instructed me to give them away if I were to cross paths with any promising fellow fishing enthusiast. So go on, they're rightfully yours. That sounds like Kenneth, alright. Thank you very much. And since we've got your new notebook open, I've taken the liberty of writing down your current title to help you keep track. You begin as a bronze angler, judged by the same standards as any professional. Aim for the top and become a fishing god. But I was a red angler. I've plenty of prizes you can exchange your angler points for, so beyond being pure bloody fun, fishing should prove worth your while. She's British? I didn't know Annabelle was British. Being pure bloody fun. Yes. I'll try and do some when I've got the chance then. Bloody fun. Bloody hell. You what, mate? You can fish by inspecting. I know how to fish.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
I probably can fish here. I want to fish here. I want to fish. Oh no. Fish. I wonder where that fish did go. A fish, a fish, a fishy. Oh. How many people don't know that reference, by the way? Monty Python. It's Monty Python. I wonder where that fish did go. A fish, a fish, a fishy. Oh. I do that a lot with Sarah. Just that quote, but really, really ham up the oh bit.
Not what I had in mind.
We'll go until we've either run out of bait, or we, you know, get the same fish. There we go. That's us done now. That's a good way of doing it. I mean, I should be able to get around and get everything if I remember correctly. Because reasons.
Not what I had in mind.
As long as I do that in a certain chapter, or act, I think it is in this act, very much, then it should be okay. Oh, Ymir, never did I expect to stumble upon such a lovely place. Not only is the food delicious and the hot springs sublime, but this perfect fishing spot is a mere 5 minutes from the tavern. This is truly a fisherman's paradise. I never thought of it that way, but good to see she's enjoying herself, I guess. Now then, it's time to fish up a storm. Perhaps I'll catch a delicious salmon for this evening's dinner. Right, ooh, it'd be nice to get there if I could. Having blight. How many?
Oh, I could probably fish.
See, this is the thing now. It's like I want to get the fish so I can get the items because I know how good they were in terms of helping me out in battles and stuff. Ooh, good job I did that then. Probably need a better rod here, don't I? Goes far too back. Yeah, I'm feeling the need for a better rod. But yeah, I've only got that. Just want to see like maybe something carried over or something like that, like something, anything, so I can get some better stuff here. I just want to get like a big whopper of a fish, you know. Because then if I do get that, I can get some good points.
Caught one.
It's 54 points total. It's not exactly great, is it? Nope. But yeah, I need 100. It's gonna be quite difficult. So I did a bit more fishing, and apparently I got to rank up, so... so you're a silver angler now, are you? This calls for a celebration. Well, if you consider me giving you more items to trade points, for something celebratory. And best of all, one of these items is a brand new rod. Try it out and aim for the greatness in the fishing world. I think I'll do just that. Thank you, Annabelle. Yeah, well, I wanted that very much, but I want the excellent rod first. Probably that over everything else. So we'll take the breeze. I'll take the blind. And I'll get back to fishing. Well, I didn't get any of the ranks up or anything like that, so there's nothing left to buy, so let's head back to Ymir! Right, so where do we need to go? Ah, the Phoenix Wings. I already spoke to you, Baggins. Ah, Master Rean, may I help you? Actually, I'd like to use the springs. Are they open by any chance? Why, yes, of course. As it so happens, cleaning was only finished not too long ago. You can have any or even all of them to yourself if you so wish. That sounds wonderful. I might just take you up on your offer. Feels like it's been ages since I've had a chance to enjoy them. The entrance is to the right. Enjoy, Master Rean. I'm pleased to report that the springs cleaning was just finished. You can have any or even all of them to yourself if you so wish. The entrance is to the right. Enjoy, Master Rean. Like, what's Maple got to say about the situation? I think building up experience work, that's pretty much the same, isn't it? It's like, yeah. Should I go into the barbs now? Maybe I should go around and let everyone know I'm okay first. They've all been so worried. We've done that. Go inside. Well, they were just cleaned. A nice warm soak while enjoying the scenery sounds like just the thing right now. Lovely hot springs here with Rean and Estelle.
You really can't beat an outdoor hot spring. Feels like all the fatigue that's been building up inside me is melting away. I don't think I realized just how exhausted I was until I came in here. Still, what am I supposed to do now? Chancellor Osborne's been shot, the capital's been occupied, and now even Trista and the Academy are under the Noble Alliance's control. Then there's Crow. I was practically a joke. I didn't stand a chance against him. Even borrowing the power of something like a divine knight wasn't enough to fight him on equal terms. Far from it. It was hopeless from the start. I didn't realize before, but he was holding back against me the whole time. Even without that trump card of his, he could have defeated me effortlessly. And yet there was me, all happy, thinking that I'd won, right before he knocked me back with a single blow. If only I wasn't so weak. If only I'd been able to hold my ground. Maybe things would have been different. Instead, I ended up running away and leaving everyone else behind. There's no point in blaming how things ended on Celine or Valimar. None of this is their fault. This is all on me. Because of that, I've lost everything. I'd finally found a place where I felt I belonged, and people to share it with, and I lost it all.
Exactly.
I thought my life was finally gaining some direction, but now I feel totally lost again.
Rean? Sorry if I'm bothering you.
Elise, did you want to use the springs too?
I heard you were here. So I thought that perhaps I could come and join you.
I mean, I know we used to come in here together when we were kids. But we're a little old for that now, don't you think? I'm not so sure it's the best idea.
Please, we're siblings. There's no need to feel so self-conscious. And you must be exhausted after all that's happened. So I thought the least I could do was come and wash your back for you. The water's nice and toasty, huh? Truth be told, I haven't taken a dip here for some time. I'd forgotten how pleasant it was to sit here and admire the snow.
Yeah, same here. Bathing during the fall when the leaves are changing has its charms, but something about watching the snow really relaxes me. And it's plenty relaxing even without a bottle of sake in hand, despite what Master Kafai might tell you.
He's always been a heavy drinker. To say nothing of the fact that Father can never turn down the opportunity to help him finish a bottle or three whenever he visits.
I'm sorry. You came out here because you were worried, didn't you?
Oh no, not at all. That wasn't why I came here at all. It's just that...
You're not the only one. It's like everyone I meet has to go out of their way for me. It's how things have been for my whole life. How everyone feels like they have to be around me.
What do you mean?
It happened the day Dad picked me up in that blizzard 12 years ago. It happened the day when I lost control and scared you 8 years ago. It happened the day Master Kafai cut short my years of training. It even happened only last month when everyone risked their lives so that I and I alone could be saved.
That's not...
Looking back on my life, I've been too fortunate for my own good. All I've done is bask in the kindness of everyone I know, giving nothing worthwhile in return. On the contrary, I've brought nothing but misfortune to them instead. Like I'm some kind of curse.
No, Rean.
I don't have the right to be treated kindly. I don't deserve to have others putting themselves out for me. Not when I seemingly can't do a thing to return that kindness and am too weak to fight for them when they need it most. None of this should have ever happened. If I'd known it would, if I'd known things would ever become like this, then I'd never have gone to the academy to begin with.
Stop. Do you seriously mean all that you've just said? The right to be treated kindly? And who exactly decides who has that right, whatever that's supposed to be? I don't look out for you because I expect something in return or because I want you to defend me. Acts of kindness aren't debts to be repaid. I look out for you because I care about you, because you're important to me. And I'm sure that Mother, Father, Master Kafai, your classmates, and all of your other acquaintances feel the same. So please, from the bottom of my heart, please don't say that you don't have the right to be treated kindly. Of course you do. You just don't realize it. You care so much about the people who matter to you. So why can't you understand that those people care just as much about you? Think back to that day when you were separated from your classmates. What kind of expressions did they have when you parted from them?
They were smiling. They all believed that we'd see each other again. That no matter what happened along the way, we'd all be reunited. And that one day, we'd move forward together as a class again, just like we did before. Maybe there's nothing wrong with feeling lost and impatient from time to time. I believe in all of them. And if they see me as worthy of their trust, then I'd like to try and believe in myself, too. We're classmates, and more than that, we're friends. So long as I keep moving forward, I'm sure that somewhere, someday, our paths will cross again.
I think so too, Rean.
Thanks, Elise. I feel like you gave me exactly what I needed to move forward.
You don't need to thank me. I didn't do anything. All I did was remind you of something you already knew. It was your time at the academy that gave you what you needed. I admit, I am a little envious of your classmates, though.
Still, I'm really thankful to have you in my life. I might not be the most dependable brother in the world, but I'd appreciate it if you kept looking out for me. And while it might be a ways away, I'll keep striving to be an older brother you can be proud of.
I'm always proud of you, you know. And of course I will. I see all's well that ends well. Your Highness?
Well, why did you bring the cat?
And you've brought Celine, too.
Hope you don't mind us barging in. What brings you here? I heard that you were both here from Toval, so I thought I might come along and see how everything was going. Besides, how could I pass up a chance to help cheer up Rean? And oh, what a heartwarming sight I happened to stumble upon during my humble quest. Considering you were waiting for the perfect time to make your grand entrance, stumbling is a stretch.
You were waiting?
Were you listening in the whole time? Elise, have you ever known me to be so unladylike? But I see you've done a fine enough job for the both of us. Oh, the bond between siblings is truly a miraculous thing. Not only do you share an unwavering kinship, but you'll always have the tender embrace of skinship within reach. I'm so jealous.
I appreciate your concern, though. Still, Elise is one thing, but I'm not entirely comfortable sharing the springs with you, Your Highness.
Oh, come now, Rean. This is the bath. Ranks are stripped once our clothes are, as far as I'm concerned. That being said, may I join Elise in washing your back as well? This would make the perfect chance for us to finally strengthen our bond as honorary siblings. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
Your Highness, please! I'm sorry, okay?
Huh?
About, you know, things. I'm not exactly all that cognizant of human feelings and the like. Emma often points out as much. But thinking back, I have done some things that were probably quite insensitive in your eyes.
Look at you.
Huh?
If anything, I should be the one apologizing. I shouldn't have taken my frustrations out on you like that. Can you forgive me?
Forgive you? Why would I need to? I really don't get you sometimes. What was that? That sounded like...
I know exactly what that was. It's that magic knight we ran into on the way down the mountain.
I had a feeling Toval's art wasn't enough to finish it off. But the fact it's still active isn't the only problem. It sounds like it's coming this way.
Name of the game, everyone. You're certain, then, that this magic knight, something or other, is coming here? I'm certain. I can sense its mana moving towards us. It's still a fair distance away for now, but it's getting closer by the minute. It's coming from the direction of the valley behind the village. I thought I'd finish it off, but I should have made sure. I didn't think anything could survive that fall, but if anything could, it'd be one of those things. No, you did what you could. You shouldn't blame yourself. Still, why would it be coming here? My guess is because you're here. Or more specifically, because the Ashen Awakener is here. It's after Rean? So, these magic knights may have some connection with the divine knights. Well, that makes this easy. If it's after me, then I should be the one to go out and stop it. But you're putting yourself in danger. I'll be fine, and I won't let it get anywhere near the village. In a way, I have to. If I can't do this, what hope do I have of getting Class 7 back together again? Well, sounds like your mind's made up. And you appear to have recovered enough in my eyes. Alright then, I have no objections. Well, we'll have all of the villagers ready to evacuate as a precaution. Take care, Rean. Thanks, Mom. Dad. Let me come with you. I doubt I could compare to Sarah, but I ain't too shabby in a fight. Really? Thank you. I'd feel a lot better having you around, honestly. Okay, so Toval, Celine, you guys almost ready to head out? Actually, if you don't mind, Rean, I would like to come with you. Are you you would? Elise? This is not an opponent to be taken lightly. In fact, I'm sure you're well aware of. I fully understand the dangers this will entail. Combat etiquette is imperative to calling oneself a noble, and I am familiar with the sword style of the Schwarzer family. You've trained me yourself, Rean. Well, that's true, but you're certain that this is what you want to do, Elise? Yes, I am. My brother has chosen his path, and as his sister, I feel I have a duty to support him. No, not only as his sister, as a daughter of House Schwarzer, I have every intention of doing whatever is within my power. My, how you've grown. Indeed. As your father, I couldn't be more proud. Take her with you, Rean. I have plenty of faith in her abilities as a swordsman, but I also think she would keep you from doing anything too rash. Dad, come on. I don't think you've got anything to worry about. She's stronger than you're giving her credit for. Like your dad said, she knows her way around a sword, and she's pretty good at using her arcus, too. She saved me and her highness from more than a few tough spots on our way here, even. That she did. And I'm sure she'll be capable of even more with her beloved brother at her side. But still... Hold on, since when has Elise had an arcus? Oh, left that fun detail out when catching you up, didn't I? Prince Oliver gave me a couple of spares, actually. And I had a hunch these two would have a knack for them with a bit of practice, so I showed them the ropes on the way here. Gape. I know you're against her coming with us, but we really don't have much time here. It's pretty clear that nothing you say is going to change her mind, so I think it's time you gave up and we get going. Fine, you can come too, Elise. But don't even think of doing anything that will put you any further in harm's way than you need to be. Promise, okay? I promise. Alright, let's start getting ready then. If either of you need to do anything last minute, get it done now. After that, we'll make our way for Ymir's back entrance. Whoa. Toval and Elise joined the party. Right. Alright. I know recovery items and food. I know about all this. Right, so we're going to end this part here. And the lovely plants there, isn't it? Lovely. That's a little garden they were speaking about in the drama CD, where she grew her own plants. Ah, lovely. Anyway, yes, we're ending this part here, and the next part we'll do a little bit of rounds. There's a few people to speak to here and there. They're mostly gathered here, so, you know, that makes it very easy. But I'll still check around. I'll do the cutting, because we've done around Ymir now, so we know the place, we know the lay of the land sort of thing. So we'll see you in the next part. We'll do the rounds and then head out. Ta-ta for now.